Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, September 18th. I got plans today. And they start at 6. I probably gotta leave at 5:30, 5:40, something like that. A little after work, it's what? About 4. So I have a limited amount of time to do things before these plans begin. And so basically it comes down to I can do one or two things. I could sit down and I can edit a vlog and I can get that out, which would be nice. That's not the one I'm selecting. I am selecting the one that is trying to kill gnats. I've only seen one since I got home today, actually. And I sat down and ate some McDonald's, so I actually got to sit and eat. And it wasn't until even after that I even saw a gnat, so... fingers crossed. It's a good sign. But I'm still going to follow instructions as given, as laid out, as recommended by the bug guy that my mom called. And that requires bleach. And that requires me going shopping. So I'm going to head out to Aldi, get some bleach and probably a couple groceries, but mostly I'm there for the bleach. Alright, so at the grocery store I got cheese, since the cheese I had from Mom was bad. Milk, because my milk's gone bad. I got apple cider vinegar, so I can reset my little homemade gnat traps. So that's a good thing. But the main thing is I got 2 containers of bleach. So basically, because I'm messing with bleach, I'd rather tell you than try and record while doing what I'm going to have to do with bleach. But basically, I have that container of bleach that I just emptied off yesterday. I'm going to split them in half. So they're each half full of bleach and then fill the other half up with water. So they're each going to be 50% bleach. And then all of the drains will get some of that. So that's the drains here that are in the kitchen. And this is per... There's exact instructions per... My mom has had the same bug guy come in and treat her house since I was a kid. He knows what he's doing. And I've had him here once. And he said, yeah, I can come out, but it's really going to take multiple days of doing this. I'll probably need to get more bleach before it's through. But, so those 2 drains, the drain here that is in the sink, the drain here that is in the tub, and then additionally, back here in the very back of my closet, there is a drain back here in the floor. All of those drains will get some bleach water put in them. My hope is that I'll be able to because I'm splitting that 1 bottle of bleach in 2 and then doing 50%, so I'm hoping then one of those 50% bottles will be enough for a day's treatment. So that's kind of my hope. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to try not to get bleach on myself, because unlike before when I did just a little bit of constant, very, very mild bleach, this is 50% bleach. If I wasn't told to do it, I'd be like, that's too heavily no, he's like, kill the things. It's there's more, whatever it would damage further down, there's more water to dilute it once it gets down. Right now, we need it right in the drain system to kill the gnats and wherever they're coming from. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. All right, so I smell a little bit like chlorine, but I got bleach in all of the drains, trying to kill whatever gnats may be in there. Now, a little after 5, so I'm going to have to start getting ready, which will probably include 10 minutes or so of washing hands. Hopefully not leaving with too much of a bleach smell. I don't think I got anything on my shirt, but I'm going to change that anyways, we'll probably set this one aside and just have this be the use this when bleaching things shirt, just in case, because it's kind of a thin material, nothing new, so not the greatest shirt, so I'll use it for that, just in case I ever do in these next few days end up getting any bleach on me. But the plan for today is that I have a friend, friend to be at church. I think his name is Addison. Anyways, he's dating a friend that I've had from church for a number of years. I've known Stephanie since not too long after I got back from school. Had a big group of friends at church then. Great community that over time just people moved or got married, etc. So that group sort of faded away. Anyways, Addison, who is now her boyfriend, got my number at church a couple weeks back. Then last week said, you know, he realized he hadn't told me why. He's like, I'm trying to get people together to play HeroScape. To which I'm like, well, of course you got me. I'm the guy that does tabletop gaming on YouTube. Yeah, of course, logic. He had no idea. He just sort of and we've talked a couple of times in passing, but we've never just directly necessarily had a one-on-one for much time at all. He just had that feeling of that's who I should invite. I was like, well, yes, that is right up my alley. So I'm going to that. From the group conversation that has come through on my phone with everything being planned out, I know Josh, who will be there, again from the same group that we used to have at church. So there's one other person I know. I don't know who else is going to be there. Neither of them am I all that close to. Like Josh, I haven't spoken to or seen in several years. I definitely would have called him a friend a while back. But again, so it's me going into a very unfamiliar group to do board gaming. Sort of a miniatures board game kind of thing from the sound of it. Halfway between like a mini war game and a board game, somewhere in between there. At least from what I've looked up online. I'd heard of the game, but I've never played it. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't usually go into that sort of situation, but just how perfect it felt like it was from the start. I'm like, okay, this is something I'm supposed to step into. So I don't know how much I'll actually record, or if I'm just gonna more or less talk to you about it afterwards. But yeah, I'm getting ready and gonna head into a bit of a unusual group. Should be all good guys. No worries there, but just people I don't necessarily know, and I don't usually put myself in groups of strangers. But yeah, hopefully I have fun. Hopefully I make some new friends.
About that in the Last Jedi.
Don't bring back the darkness.
We suddenly have switched to Lord of the Rings music.
Setup takes a while, but there's a giant field.
Like the carpet.
And so that was fun. We spent a lot of time learning the game, picking out armies, setting up a battlefield, learning what the rules were. So, yeah, that took a lot of time. And with, like, 7 of us playing, a round took a long time. So, definitely, I think I got two turns. Had some fun, learned how some characters work and such. It's sort of a miniatures war game, and it's not just like fantasy figures, but there's like Marvel characters, and like one of the guys had a squad from like World War II soldier, like, so it kind of, there's a lot of different things apparently. Anyways, it was fun, and we just sort of learned, and it got to be 9, and I have to leave because I need to get home and be able to, go to work in the morning. And also, Addison, who's there, he's basically has the game in it. Because it took a long time to set up, it's also going to take a long time to put away so he can clean up the table there. So he was kind of like, I should probably clean up around then in order to make sure I can leave by 10. I'm like, ooh. But But yeah, so it was fun, and it was fun to, because, you know, I knew, you know, one guy, I knew two of them going in. I actually knew a third person, just in that he goes to our church. I've never spoken to him, but I knew him by face. And there's a couple other people that I've seen on Facebook that are friends with, you know, that I've seen tagged in other people's pictures and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of familiar with some of the people here in different respects. And it sounds like several of them play D&D. So I got along quite well with all that. That was... It was a fun little group. Fun group. But I'm headed home now. And I got home here 3 minutes before bedtime. My house has a definite bleachy smell. Not too strong, it'll be fine, but still. I am in the middle of making tea, so I need to bottle that up. And I also picked up some, you know, something to eat. So I gotta eat here. I'm gonna get to bed a little late, but I do therefore have to start getting things done so I can get to bed. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues. Bye.